Is it a buyer's market right now, or is it the end of the world as we know it when it comes to vinyl? And if so, do you feel fine? These are the questions I must pose because there has been some crazy sales going on. Have you seen some of this stuff? Acoustic Sounds had a huge, up to 75% off sale. It's like a fire sale trying to dump stuff. It was over 8 pages, or maybe it was just, yeah, eight pages of albums. And a lot of them were this stuff that was really expensive. Oh, here is one. I bought this. I bought this on clearance on Amazon. And I think I got it on a clearance on Amazon for $18. And it's just one of those classic series. This is going for $12 on Acoustic Sounds. $12. And there were more albums like that. It was just, places, have gotten excited about vinyl. People are buying vinyl. Well, we need to press more. We need to get more, and we need to bring it in, and we need to raise the prices. How high can we go? And what we're seeing now, at least what I am observing, is they have all this inventory. And inventory is an asset. It's on your spreadsheet. It's an asset. You know what? It raises the value. The problem is it's not a liquid asset. So it's not cash. So and it's tying up your cash. That's why I always get blown away by record stores that are jam-packed with new stuff. I just go, how do they do this? Their inventory's all tied up here. Yeah, I can look at, our company has this much in assets here. Yeah, it's great, but they're not liquid. They're frozen until you sell it. And that's where someone, looked like Acoustic Sounds now suddenly, well, we got to get rid of some of this stuff because we've made commitments to bring in more. And most of these places do make commitments. We'll buy this many, you can press this many records. It's contracts. That's what you got to do. But to do that, well, you got to get some cash going, or you got to make room. So your choice, you have to blow it out. You have to find a way to get rid of it. I'm outside. There's a mosquito. We live in Midland, the home of Dow Chemical. Generally, we don't get mosquitoes. We don't get flies. We just get three-eyed frogs and two-headed fish, stuff like that. But no mosquitoes or flies, so what the hell? But it just makes you wonder what is going on. So, I looked through that list and there was nothing that I needed. Now, if I had unlimited room, and if I had, I just lots of space, I would have jumped at some of that. Yeah, give me this, give me that. But as I looked, I said, was there anything I really needed? For instance, this here. I did buy it off Amazon because it'd fallen way down in price. I thought, okay, I'm going to buy it. Honestly, I didn't need it. It's a good album. But is it one that I'm going to yank out all the time? I would have to say no. Because I like Miles Davis, I like some of these other ones. But still, great price. But now $12. $12, But and so you just saw all the stuff, just fire sales. I mean, that George Harrison, remember that George Harrison box set that came out last year? Over $1,000. Was it $1,200? They had it down to $800. It didn't sell. Or it's sold, but they bought too many, and they have too many, and so they're cutting down the price. Which would mean those that have it bought it for investment reasons. Well, guess what? Your investment's going down the tubes right now because there's excess. There's excess inventory. But they had some of the the one steps that they do, clearancing them out. They got to go. People are not buying them. So I think, what we have going on right now is just there's excess stuff where they're buying too much, the prices are too high, and people are fed up with it. And so I think you're going to start finding more. I'm going to show you some stuff that I got here. But look at this. This is it's in the evening. I work today. So I get this is kind of neat. Bean Flicker, a coffee blonde ale. That's actually pretty good. I try a billion types of beers when I travel. I hate almost all of them, but I try them. I'll get like 3 samples. Okay, I like this one the best. It's good for about the first third, and then the next 2/3 is like, I don't really like it that much. But this is it. I can get half of this down and still like it. Damn mosquito. Okay, so other sales. Let's just talk about some of that. What's going on? Merch Bar is a site. I don't know if some of you no doubt know about Merch Bar, and they run sales all the time, and it makes you wonder how do they sell this stuff so cheap? Well, they were running a fire sale. I'm going to show you a bunch of albums that I got for around $15. Maybe some were $1 or $2 more, some were $1 or $2 less, but they were all really cheap. Merch Bar was blowing out a bunch of merchandise. Too much, got to get rid of it from last year. And on my shows, I'll talk a lot more about these, but I'm just showing you this because I just got this in today. And so, Viagra Boys, big last year, right? Everyone talked about it. It was on a lot of top 10 lists, on clearance on Merch Bar. Cigarettes after sex. I bought one of these before. It was not cheap, on clearance. Cure Pornography, very cheap, like $15 on Merch Bar. Cure 17 Seconds. Hey, I'm working that Cure collection back here, through some of this stuff. Another Cigarettes After Sex. It is a different one. Just wanted to make sure. It's still called just Cigarettes After Sex. This man's awesome. Just great. But we'll do more on that. Look, Gary Newman's Replica. Got it super cheap. Freaking mosquitoes. Gary Newman's Replica. Yeah, I haven't seen it in the wild, and if I do, I know it's going to be a lot, so might as well just get it this way. Rancid. Hey, and out come the Wolves. Big early 90s. Another early 90s. Pixies Trouplement. It's the final one I needed to complete all of the early stuff. There it was, going on clearance. Green Day Dookie. $15. Well, why not? Great album. The Very Best of Enya. 2-album set. Like $18. Great deals. They're out there. You're finding them. Now, I try to do most of my buying at my local record store at Radio Wasteland. Also, as I travel, as I drop into new record stores, which I film, I put them on those terrible record store tours, and you get what you get. And I always try to buy some stuff when I'm in those stores, unless they are unreasonably priced. Then thanks a lot, I appreciate it. I love your store, but you're starting to see these kind of sales, and it's hard for a record store to keep up with it. Now, maybe some record stores are seeing it, buying it, and bringing it in stock for their own store. I don't know, but there's just crazy good prices happening, and I think you just need to keep looking. I was just looking at Amazon in here. I am just swatting mosquitoes. Yeah, I was just checking Amazon before I came out, and there's a lot of tome poets. They're originally $38, $39. They're now down to $27. Now, I've seen more on clearance. There isn't as many right now. I will say Amazon does a good job at trying to stay competitive with everyone else. So if some other major place drops their price, chances are Amazon will be dropping their price too. So you just got to keep up with it and keep looking at it from time to time. I don't do a ton because guess what? I don't need temptation. You find something really good and go, gosh darn, and you start to justify why you need it. But in my smaller space, it just gets to the point where, well, what am I going to get rid of so I could bring that in? So like some of these, I feel pretty good on most of these that I brought in. In fact, I do on all of them. They're ones that I really, really want. Like, for instance, Enya. I really, Oracle Flow would have been, the album that had that would have been fine for me. But that has all the greatest hits. So I need no more Enya. I got Enya. Dookie from Green Day. Well, that's the best. So, well, no, it's not their best. But that's, got one. Blood. Okay. So you just have to watch and keep an eye, which I'm sure most of you are doing. But I do think you're going to see more of this stuff happening as places try to clearance crap out. They got to make room. They have to get cash flowing. And if we're not buying all of it, primarily because the price is just getting too much and we can't afford it, it's, something has to change. And I think you will continue to see that. Yes, more and more people are going into the super, the high fidelity. But that's going to eventually stop, as a lot of folks are going, well, that's nice, I'm glad it sounds better, but I'm going to buy something else here that I can get more records and a couple more instead of buying one for, $125. That's become my realization with the whole thing. Do I really need it for that much money? Chances are I don't. So I need, we'll have to do a video on that, just some of my stupidity with it. So it really comes down to the whole thing is, is the end of the vinyl as we know it? Is there panic in the air as more people stopped buying it and now there's excess, or it just becomes the fact that companies bought way too much in anticipation and now suddenly, again, they're seeing a back off from the consumers, and I think most of that is price driven. Or no matter what, guess what? People move on to new things. It's happened since the beginning of time. It's a craze, and then we go to the next one. And each of you can think of that. Think of all the different things you've seen in your life. The thing is, vinyl is just one of those things I think that provides a lot more enjoyment than say a Cabbage Patch at all. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about that, show you what I just got in at these great prices. So keep a watch out. Merch Bar, if you have these other sites, look for them. Keep an eye on them. There might be something you want. Again, just make sure it's something you really need. But if it's super cheap, you know what? It's hard to pass up temptation. You can go in and flip it or something, right? All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening. Backyard's all full of trees and leaves now. All very nice, and obviously mosquitoes. Bye.